Hello guys, and welcome back again in the first hands-on labs video of this GitOps course. In the preceding videos, we have covered the theoretical aspects of GitOps, along with its tools such as Argo CD, Flag CD, and Jenkins X. So in this video, I will walk you through the steps how to install Argo CD and give you a brief overview of its main components. So here I have Kubernetes cluster running in another Linux machine. So I can check that by using this command kubectl get nodes. As you can see here, this is the name of my Linux machine where the cluster is running. The status is showing ready. This is the version of my cluster. It's not the latest version, but it's fine. We can use with Argo CD. So let's clear the screen. And to install Argo CD, I will be following the official documentation in Argo CD website. Here in this get started page, you can see they show some requirements. For example, having kubectl installed, and this one kubeconfig properly configured in your system. Also the DNS service of Kubernetes cluster. Well, to start the installation, we need first to create a namespace, and then we create all the Argo CD components inside this namespace. So let's copy this command and back to our terminal and just paste it. Then hit enter to create the namespace. So here you can see the Argo CD namespace is successfully created. So let's back to the documentation. And the next command is just to install Argo CD. And this will just apply everything that is defined or all the resources defined in this file install.yaml in our cluster. And specifically everything will be created here in this Argo CD namespace. So let's copy again this command and back to the terminal. Paste it, hit enter. So let's give it some time to finish the execution. So here you see a lot of resources are created, starting with CRDs or custom resource definitions, service accounts, roles, cluster roles, role bindings, cluster role binding, config maps for applications configuration. This is secrets for sensitive data. This is the services, and these are deployments. These are the main components of Argo CD. One stateful set, and the rest is just network policy. So let's clear this and check again the resources created using this command kubectl get all -n Argo CD. So you see, okay, this one is not yet ready, Argo CD server. So let's run the command again and check. Yeah, you see here now all the pods are ready and are running. Actually, we are interested in deployment, so let's scroll down. Yes, so here you see the different deployments created using that command. So let's start talking about these separately. So the first one that I want to talk about is Argo CD server. And this is actually the main components of Argo CD. And it provides like a web-based user interface, an API endpoint through which users interact with this tool. And there is also this one Argo CD repo server, and this one is responsible for handling all interactions with Git repositories. It connects to Git providers such as GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket to clone and monitor the repositories for changes. There is also this one Argo CD DAG server, which handles authentication and identity and access management. for Argo CD applications. This one is just for cache, and there is this notification controller, which provides a way to notify users in case of changes in application states. And also we have this one, application set controller. Actually, before I talk about this, so let me scroll down a little bit and yes, see this one, the stateful set, application Argo CD application controller. So this is actually the critical component of Argo CD. It is responsible for maintaining the desired state that I just talked about in the previous videos of the applications on the Kubernetes clusters. So it does the sync, reconciliations, rollbacks, hooks, etc. So all of what I mentioned in the previous videos, so it is like done by this component. And also it uses this Argo CD repo server. And finally, this one Argo CD application set controller enables dynamic management of multiple similar applications using templates. Example, managing similar apps in different environments or in multiple Kubernetes clusters. So let's clear again the screen and back to the documentation. So this is after we already installed Argo CD, everything is running. So this is just giving you some warnings, just in case if you want to deploy everything in a different namespace other than Argo CD. And also here is saying like if you are not interested in UI or all SSO, multi-cluster features, all of these features, so you can directly install using this command. Yes. And yes, this one is to use the CLI because ArgoCD also provides a CLI, command line interface. And to install, actually here you have a separate page showing that you have different methods to install ArgoCD CLI. And to access actually ArgoCD API server, also you have different ways. The first is by changing the service type of ArgoCD server from cluster IP to load balancer by using this command. Otherwise, you can use ingress. And the last option, you can use port forward. In our case, let's use this option. Just copy this command and back to my terminal, paste it, and run it again. Okay, service is patched. So let's verify the changes. kubectl get svc dash and Argo CD. And you see here Argo CD server. Now the service type is load balancer. It didn't get an external IP because I don't have a load balancer in my cluster, so that's why it's still showing pending. And here you see the node port. Argo CD Web UI is listening on port HTTPS, so I'm gonna take this port, copy it back to my browser with the IP of my cluster. So just click advanced, proceed to this, and here is the Argo CD uh, web UI. So what I need to do now, I just need to get these credentials. In the official documentation also they talk about it. So they say, hey, you can log in using the CLI. If you already installed, you can use this command to log into this application. Otherwise, you have another method which is secrets, using the secret. So here is the name of the secret. So let's search for it. Clear the screen, kubectl get secrets -n Argo CD. And here is. Let's check what is inside this secret. Oh, YAML. Yes, this is the password. So let's copy the value because this is a base64 format, so I just need to decode it. Echo paste, then base64-d decode. And this is my password. So I need to copy it back to my application. The username is admin and the password is that one, sign in. And here is, we are successfully connected to Argo CD. So in the next video, I will show you how to create our first application from here and link it with GitHub.